Alright, YouTube, you may have seen that Alan Colmes died yesterday. Still not sure exactly what the cause of death was. He was only 66, so I have to assume he didn't just go to bed and forget to keep breathing or something like that. He's best known by most as he was on Hannity and Colmes, which, of course, before Sean Hannity had his own show, he was the co-host with Alan Colmes. And Colmes was sort of the standard earlier wave bobblehead liberal, sort of the Mondale era liberal, so-called. But he was more respectable. I mean, he wasn't really a social justice warrior per se, so that he had that going for him. And I always thought that the way he looked was kind of funny. He looked kind of like somebody who, jogged and lifted those little weights at the same time and then went to his, like, vegan farm or something like that. So it actually spawned, it was the mild inspiration for something that I thought up, that I did a few cartoons on a long time ago. It was sort of like the Redneck Ralph stuff or any of these other things that I think of, or Bertha and Egbert, the fundamentalist family. And that was the carrot farming Democrat. Because I looked at him on, like, this dude looks like he farms organic carrots on government subsidies or something like that. And then, of course, he leaves Hannity and Colmes because Hannity's, he wanted his own show, I guess. He's like, well, people are tuning in just for me. He's sort of going crazy there. And then he takes to talk radio for a number of years there. He ends up coming onto Fox anyway. It's great because, here's Fox, supposedly like GOP network. And they got Alan Colmes. They dragged the poor dude on there just to be a punching bag for all of the right-wing so-called pundits, the neocons, people like Sean Hannity or Bill O'Reilly. I always thought, though, the one thing he really contributed was making Hannity look insane, which I think he is. And I say this despite his support of Trump. He's a rather over-the-top individual. He's a little bit on the out-there side. And he is a neocon. His support of Trump, I think, was primarily for ratings more than any deep-seated conviction that he thought that Trump was, as far-right as me. He loves Dick Cheney's ass as much as I do or anything like that. Then, of course, Colmes now is a fucking corpse or something like that. I don't know whether he'll be cremated and fed to his organic carrot farm, or whether they're just going to hurl his body into the compost pile, but I'm sure that they'll do one of the two, in accordance with his deep environmental principles, let's say. But he was a funny dude from time to time. His reaction, when debate would get going, he'd clam up and he'd just sit there, like, grinning to himself. And it was all very funny to me. I thought it was pretty hilarious, actually. So yeah, unfortunately he's dead. So there goes another slapstick routine from the old guard left, which nonetheless, strange as it may be at times, is way, way better than like the fucking social justice warriors tour. Maybe the far left killed him because they realized at some point he's going to get so left behind by the nouveau left that he's actually going to become like a Republican or something like that. They were terrified that would happen, and so they just decided to off him. Maybe they hired the same people that went after that, Kim Jong-un's brother or whatever it was there, who got sprayed in the face with VX nerve gas in the middle of an airport or whatever it was. Yeah, maybe they hired them. There's like, oops, accidentally let loose a little bit of ricin in Alan Colmes' house or something like that. Got a bunch of North Koreans to do it for him. And be cheap. Probably $10 would be half of the economy of North Korea or something like that, so it's probably what they did. So Alan Colmes is gone. A funny dude. A carrot farming Democrat to the core. That's about all. Peace out.